Hello everybody, welcome back to Cities Skylines 2. I'm Tone 300 and today we're going to talk about landscaping in this game and the pathways, the pavements that connect everything together. Now you may or may not use these, but I personally love them. I find them really useful for connecting the city, and it discourages people from using their cars. They actually walk to places, and I've paused the game just so we can have a little look in on the pathways and see what's going on. I have prepared this area with some landscaping which we are going to cover. So let's go down and see. So you can see people are using them. They're walking their dogs. They're walking to, this one's going to college. This one's actually going to high school with their pets by the look of it. Interesting. Destination Sneaky Ridge. I'm assuming, is that a shop? I don't know. They've all got different destinations. That one's definitely going shopping. So they are using these pathways a lot. And you can see, walking through. Even on some of the ones you don't really expect them to use behind the houses, they use them. And why not decorate them and landscape them? Here we're in our district of Chestnut Park, so I'm using chestnut trees, why not? And I've surrounded them with cultivated green bushes here, just in circles, quite simple, but it looks nice. It just breaks up the sort of norm, gives them a bit of vegetation to look at while they're going for their walks. Here you can see we've lined the pathway with bushes, cultivated flower bushes. We can go right down to ground level and have a look what it looks like. Nice inviting walk, and you can see the college in the distance, so why wouldn't you walk? We have a row of trees, of course chestnut trees, and again the chestnut trees, I've used them a lot. Now and then I do break it up and put in, see, a couple of apple trees, just so it's all not one type of tree everywhere, but the main tree I'm using is chestnut, in Chestnut Park of course. And I also give the pathway some curves, because just having straight lines everywhere is a bit boring. It's not very interesting just to walk in a straight line. Here I've just opted for some wildflower bushes randomly placed. This area is available for development if they want to. So yeah, let's go back down here, and here you can see we've got again the chestnut trees, and I've gone for like a diamond formation with the bushes around it this time, which is quite nice, and a wavy path going all the way through the middle rather than just a straight line and just some grass. We've broken it up a bit, we've made it a nice walk, nice meandering pathway. Now, there is something I've noticed on this game. So, some houses have fences, some don't. Some have gardens, some don't. So, while this looks okay, it's not very realistic. Nobody's going to have their garden like that. It's just not going to happen. So, well, especially not where I live anyway. So, what I'm going to do is actually get some bushes. Now you can choose different height bushes, I mean, that's actually been used there, so why not? Shall we use this? Or is that just going to clash? You could go for wild bushes, cultivated, whatever you feel like really. And whatever size, I mean that's not going to fit through there. What I'm going to do is create a boundary. So the way I like to do this is just try and line it up roughly straight. So you can see I'm pushing up and down and we're pretty straight, we're slightly off. Just makes it easier when we're placing them. So let's find the corner so we can go both ways, and we're not quite in the right place there. fact, this isn't the best bush to use. Some of them overlap better than others. I'm looking for the ones that overlap well, so I'm pretty sure the cultivated flower bush does a good job. So I'm trying to line up with the back line of the garden here and the side. Although I don't think I'm going to go down here. If there was no house there, then yeah, I would. In fact, I might put a pathway through it at some point. So I'll imagine I'm going to. And simply I wait until it's overlapping, and just as it stops, I'll place another one. And we just keep going. Obviously trying to maintain a straight line. This has slightly affected our diamond around our chestnut tree, but it's fine. Now it's interesting here how they've staggered the plots. And I'm going to leave it like that. It's a little bit random, but as we can actually follow this line round. I mean, this house has got a really small garden. I'm not sure why it would have such a small garden. Perhaps there was a large tree in a way, like an oak or something. I don't know. That doesn't fit, so we can't do that. Okay, there was a tree in the way, so they didn't build there. So we just want to follow this around.
What kind of future does music have if it doesn't look to its past? Well, I say the question speaks for itself. Here on Second Moon, we know you can't move forward unless you keep both eyes steadily trained on what's behind.
Our house is a really small garden, so we can go with that, that's fine. Okay, so what it's created is a nice boundary between the gardens and the parkland. And we can carry that along. You can stop it at the fences or just carry on along the fence line, go all the way along. Which I won't do now because that's going to be a bit boring, but you get the idea. Just some you can find. Let's find somewhere where I've used it. I do use this sometimes. Here we go. So you can see here, this is all cultivated flower bush number 3, surrounding all of these properties that didn't have any fences, except for this one, of course. Then we've used wildflower bush number 1. Got the cultivated bushes again. There's a nice boundary. In fact, it's a nice walkway as well. You can see how good all these pathways look. We've got a basketball court. And obviously this is all still a work in progress. I'm still working on all of this, but I just wanted to share it with you. It's good to get done early on, get your pathways in, start lining them with bushes and trees so they can grow. And yeah, I'll carry this, you can see the one we just made there. I'll carry that right away through at some point, and along the back of here as well. So, that's it kind of almost finished. This is beforehand, before it gets developed. I'll get all my pathways in. There's a small park. All the pathways are connected via crossings across the roads, and everybody seems to love them and use them. I wonder if anyone's using these ones. Somebody. So they work at Ashtray Records. Their destination is Primrose Street, so that's their home. You can actually have a look and see how far they're actually travelling. So they were down here on this path, weren't they, somewhere? And they're going all the way over there. It's an interesting route, but they're choosing to use the footpaths rather than the roads. They're going to the medical clinic, which I know is all the way over here somewhere. That's a long walk from there to the medical clinic. So people do choose to walk if they've got nice pathways to walk along. Okay, let's actually try some pathways out in more detail, because here we have one that comes up to this residential area. Now, I've made a bit of a, I wouldn't say a mistake on this, but the zoning's changed. So as you can see, the streets are red. They're not suitable for low density residential anymore. So what's happening is everybody's moving out. That one's still got people living there, but most of these houses are now empty. Which I hadn't realised. I mean, you wouldn't know that. It looks like a nice neighbourhood, doesn't it? There's people walking around. Well, a few, not many, but there's a few. There's plenty of cars parked up. But there are no people living here. So I think it's time to rezone this, and we're going to put a pathway through. I've already deleted a couple of buildings already, but I'm going to try and get people walking more. Because remember, we've got our industrial zone up here, so people could walk here, and there's not really much access other than driving or walking on the sidewalks. I know it seems horrible deleting all these lovely homes, especially as some of them are level 5, but nobody's living in them, so they are happy there, but they're going to have to move, so it's not suitable for low density. We'll give you some new plots to build on, perhaps over here. Borderline suitable. That's fine. There's plenty of plots for them to build on there. And I bet they start building straight away. Yeah. See, nobody's chose to build here. They don't want to live on these streets. So let's de-zone it. We will rezone either medium density or row housing, or maybe some mixed use. First, let's get into our landscaping menu again. So we have a park here. We have our pathway here and here. Now I don't want straight lines, so let's go an endless series of bends. Let's turn off the snapping. I'm actually going to meander this pathway all the way through here to the end there. I also want a pathway coming through here somewhere. I don't think I'm going to get one past these buildings into this area. So we've created a crossing there. It really breaks up the zoning, but I don't mind that at all. So with that done, let's have a look at maybe some medium density. Should we see what fills in there? See, they're happy with that. Perhaps we'll do some row housing along here. Now the zoning's gone onto the wrong area here, so this is a great opportunity to use the pavement again. Literally just run a strip in there, place it, and it rezones onto this road. Now sometimes we can actually delete this straight away, and the zoning will stay as you wanted it. Let's see, yep, they're all built on the correct side, that's brilliant. So this is our zone of Oakborough Park, where surprisingly not, most of the trees are going to be oaks. As you can see, we've already started placing them around some of our pathways. So we'll carry on that theme. We've got a lot of wild grown ones as well that are already here, which I quite like, so I'm just going to leave them. I mean, there are chestnuts here as well. I might get rid of a few of these. There does seem to be a few too many trees. So we won't fit oak trees down here, there's just not the space. We could have some wildflower flower bushes. I try and line myself up pretty straight just to make the placement easier. Sometimes you can quickly tap the up arrow and get the spacing pretty good. They're not always 100%.
Second Moon Radio with your host, J. Thomas Hornbuckle. Tune in tomorrow for a second chance to hear the music of yesteryear.
Okay, there's a nice lined pathway straight away. People are already using these pavements we put in. They're all just taking a walk. I think they just enjoy it. Okay, we can zone some more. If you don't want to go too big on your zoning, then obviously turn the autofill off. So we're on medium density. Yeah, I don't really want high density here, I don't think. Although we do have some nearby. We probably could support something. Don't go too large opposite the row housing. Actually, we risk a bit of higher density. Maybe a 4x4. No, that didn't. That snaps off. 1 second. Let's just pause that because they will keep trying to build. Pathway through here and then a 4x4 next to it as well, or even through the middle. So I'm going to go straight along the side of the park, maybe to there, and then I want a little curved path coming in. Like so. Well, these would be reasonably large, they're not too big. I mean, these are quite big over here, this one is. Doesn't seem to level up either. We'll see. They're not that old, so we'll give it time. So these are going to have a lot of residents. We're going to need some services to support them. We do have a small park nearby. We could look at some sports facilities, maybe a gym or skate park. So we haven't got a skate park, and I feel like that would work quite well here. Maybe some medium density. We could actually build a really large building there. Let's see. I'll zone it and see if anything gets built. It's hard when you first start placing large buildings, they always look out of place. But the more of them you get, the more in place they look, if that makes sense. So you can see all our housing from earlier has been built. They all seem happy. The roads are much more suitable for them. And actually where it was going yellow and orange here, it's actually pushed it green further along just because we've placed the residential nearby. Do they have parks here? Let's have a look. They have one there and one over there. They're not too bad. They're within walking distance. So again, all these gardens, some have fences. Most of them do actually, except for this one. These are quite nice. Well, these level 3. I suppose as they level up, some of them might get fences. As you can see, we've got our walkways everywhere. I don't see anybody using them yet. I'm sure they will. Destination almost meet. All the way over there. They were down here, weren't they? That's a long walk. Perhaps they'll use some of the walkways to cut through. Don't know. Anyhow. Yeah, so we've covered that. Oakborough Park, we've got Birchwood Park that we haven't actually planted any birch trees yet. You can see our pathways again. And actually that's an oak tree and that shouldn't be. Our first birch. But yeah, all these, they can walk down to like the seafront if they want to. That's what I had in mind. I mean, if you zoom out, you can really see them. You can see how connected they are. Some of them go onto roads and then you walk along the road back onto a path again. But I've tried to make it so you can walk pretty much from the seafront all the way to your home, wherever that might be. Yeah, there is a pathway there, which will lead all the way up to the main street. Most lead up to Main Street, some of them will carry on like this one does now. It'll be quite a nice walk. The only place you have to walk on the road is here, but then we could cross over and make a nice little pathway through here for them to walk down, couldn't we? I've reserved this area from the beginning. I don't know why, I just haven't chose to build anything on it yet. I think we could put a pathway through. Let's turn on snapping off. I don't really want it changing the junction, so we'll go with that. so they can continue their nice walk to the beach. In here I might actually put a large park. Or playground, no, large park. Just deciding the best way of placing this. Or should it have been on the end where that pathway was? No, I don't think so. I wish there was a way I could connect these pathways into the park. You know, like that. You just can't. It doesn't allow you to do it. I mean, you can turn on snapping and snap it to the side. But that doesn't give you access to the park. Nice, actually, we could create a nice little lake here or something. Not sure we can do that now, but anyway. Yeah, so I'll leave that there. I think I just wanted to cover what I've been doing with landscaping and all my pathways and how I'm connecting the city together. And yeah, it's coming along really nicely. Seems to work well. So, thank you for watching again, and please leave me some comments. And yeah, if you've got any better ideas with landscaping, let me know as well. Be interesting to hear everybody else's ideas. And we'll see you again soon for another episode, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.